Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. This proverb emphasizes the value of choosing words and actions that contribute to harmony and inner peace. It resonates with the idea of gracefully saying no and setting boundaries, as the focus is on the quality of our interactions rather than the quantity. Drawing inspiration from Buddhist teachings, let us embark on a journey towards setting healthy boundaries and gracefully saying no to those who may hinder our emotional balance. The wisdom of Buddhism encourages us to seek connections and make choices that align with our soul's nourishment, fostering self-respect and authenticity. In the spirit of compassion, it is essential to acknowledge that despite noble intentions, some individuals may not be ready or willing to embrace change. Channeling our energy into situations where our assistance may be in vain can lead to frustration. As we explore this transformative journey, let us be mindful of clear indicators suggesting when it is appropriate to gracefully decline, understanding that certain individuals may need to confront their challenges independently. Before we delve into identifying the archetypes of individuals who may not be receptive to help, let's pause and reflect on the profound teachings of Buddhism. By weaving the principles of compassion, mindfulness, and non-attachment into our approach, we can navigate the delicate balance of offering assistance without becoming entangled in situations that may not serve the greater good. Remember to subscribe to our channel, Positive Feeling, for continuous updates on relevant information that aligns with the path of mindfulness and self-discovery. 1. Those deeply entrenched in their self-created illusions. Some individuals, entrenched in self-imposed illusions, become ensnared in narratives of their own making, diverging from the Buddha's teachings on honest self-examination and authenticity. In Buddhist philosophy, growth emerges from confronting our mistakes, yet these individuals struggle with a deep-seated belief in the stories they weave about themselves. This conviction impedes their ability to embrace alternative perspectives, as they remain oblivious to the distortion of reality caused by their emotions. Unbeknownst to them, their minds can fabricate a version of reality, influenced by emotions rather than objective observation. It becomes a self-imposed confinement, not an avenue for growth. Often, these individuals, unintentionally causing harm, are ensnared in a cycle of self-sabotage, perhaps stemming from formative childhood difficulties that shape their yearning for belonging. These challenging experiences led them to construct a comforting yet distorted reality. Assisting them proves intricate due to the formidable mental barrier they've erected. Attempts to intervene may only result in harm to oneself. One may strive to illustrate that the earth is round, but they will staunchly argue that it's flat. Even when confronted with clear evidence, they interpret it to align with their distorted views. Change, if it comes, often necessitates self-recognition, a process that may require the guidance of a mental health professional. This behavior draws parallels to contemporary political debates, where individuals steadfastly cling to their opinions, dismiss logical contradictions, and insist on being right regardless of evidence, a manifestation echoing the challenges observed in those trapped in self-imposed illusions. In embracing the Buddhist perspective, the path to liberation involves recognizing the impermanence of these illusions, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the cultivation of mindfulness and wisdom as the means to break free from the cycle of self-deception. 2. Individuals who exploit people for personal gain. Understanding and connecting with the emotions of others is a commendable trait that is often rare in today's world. Empathy, as cherished by followers of Buddhist teachings, involves sensing the feelings of others without passing judgment. However, in our interactions, it is essential to be cautious of individuals who exploit our kindness. Some individuals perceive empathy as a vulnerability and may feign friendship with the sole intention of taking advantage. To discern such opportunists, it is crucial to observe their actions. Genuine friends seek assistance when they truly require it, contrasting with those who frequently seek favors even for tasks within their capabilities. Speaking of friendships, in the contemporary world, where empathy for animals sometimes surpasses that for fellow humans, it prompts reflection on the authenticity of our connections. Reflect on your own circle of friends. How many can you truly consider as genuine? Personally, I find myself able to count such friends on one hand. These insincere friends often employ emotional manipulation tactics, initiating interactions with flattering compliments before making requests. While it is natural for friends to seek occasional help, these individuals turn it into a habit, regardless of their ability to manage on their own. They seem to disregard the value of your time, and even if you hesitate to assist, they skillfully induce guilt, making it difficult to say no. Despite numerous instances of assistance with no observable change in their behavior, it becomes apparent that they are more interested in your presence than actual help. This can be draining, diverting energy away from personal well-being and commitments. In light of Buddhist teachings, it is advisable to distance oneself from such individuals without harboring guilt. Prioritizing self-care and fulfilling personal commitments aligns with the fundamental principles of Buddhism. Remember, your well-being should take precedence, and you are not obliged to perpetually rescue those who fail to appreciate the significance of self-sufficiency. 3. Individuals who exclusively focus on their own needs and concerns. In the tapestry of life, we encounter individuals who, like a turbulent river, flow solely in the direction of self-interest. These souls, unmindful of the interconnectedness of existence, believe the universe to be a mere stage for their personal dramas. When you share your trials, such as navigating the chaotic currents of city traffic, they, absorbed in their own tranquil haven, dismiss your tribulations as inconsequential. Conversely, when you share joys, like the dawn of a new job, they divert the spotlight to their own discontent, overshadowing your elation. It is as if they drain the joy from your being, replacing it with the weight of their own concerns. Every conversation orbits around their emotions, diminishing the significance of your thoughts and emotions. Have you ever encountered such souls, driven to outshine others in every facet of life, whether it be in prosperity or adversity? Their relentless pursuit of self-supremacy renders your opinions and feelings inconspicuous. Would you still stand by such individuals? If so, do you possess the strength to gently urge them to broaden their awareness beyond the narrow confines of their own existence? Attempting to instill humility in such individuals may be akin to sowing seeds on barren ground. When faced with adversity, they habitually externalize blame, attributing failures to external factors. Can one truly guide someone who refuses to acknowledge their missteps? The Buddha's teachings invite us to cultivate compassion, but it is vital to discern when one's efforts may be better spent on personal journeying, rather than persisting in trying to lead others onto a path they are unwilling to tread. In the serene gardens of self-awareness, distance from those ensnared by self-centeredness may be the most compassionate choice. Their grievances and attempts to pull others into their orbit may be like the gusty winds that threaten to extinguish the flame of tranquility. In such instances, distance becomes not a rejection, but a mindful step toward personal growth, preserving the energy that might otherwise be squandered in vain endeavors. 4. Individuals lacking foresight or neglecting future planning. In contemplating individuals who do not plan for the future, Envisioning a person dear to you who underutilizes their innate talents can be disheartening. It proves especially vexing when attempts to remind them of life's transient nature are met with indifference. Your belief in their unrecognized potential intensifies the frustration. While appreciating the present moment is vital, it should not entail neglecting aspirations for the future. Today's actions mold tomorrow's identity, and genuine contentment arises from applying both inherent and acquired skills to enhance one's life. These individuals possess diverse talents, yet the impediment lies in motivating them to apply their knowledge instead of solely accumulating new skills. Action often eludes them, despite their awareness of potential and comprehension of achievable feats. They tend to rely on external assistance, failing to initiate change independently. Encouraging their growth becomes a challenge, as they seem devoid of the will to enact change and instead await external aid or find themselves ensnared in an addictive cycle of motivational videos. This cycle perpetuates stagnation, hindering progress. Ancients recognized the benefits of striving for a better life, steering clear of the dominion of negative emotions. Encouraging individuals to transcend their cyclic patterns and embrace self-initiated change aligns with the Buddhist principle of self-awareness and personal responsibility. The cycle of dependency on external motivation is akin to the Buddhist concept of attachment, which impedes true liberation. To break free from this stagnant mindset, individuals must draw upon their internal reservoir of strength and engage in mindful action. Buddhism teaches that genuine transformation arises from within, as individuals recognize the impermanence of external conditions and the inherent potential for growth and enlightenment within themselves. By adopting a Buddhist perspective, one can guide these individuals toward a path of self-empowerment, encouraging them to transcend the cycle of dependency and embark on a journey of authentic personal development. 5. Individuals trapped in the shadows of life. In the tapestry of existence, there are those ensnared in the shadows of life. Some individuals habitually gravitate towards the pessimistic spectrum, diverging from the serene and resilient mindset embraced by Buddhism philosophers. The wisdom of acknowledging both the light and the darkness in life is paramount for sustaining emotional equilibrium. It is natural for all to weather challenging days, grappling with emotions such as anger and sadness. However, fixating solely on life's negative aspects, dismissing the positive, proves detrimental. This myopic approach fosters heightened sorrow and obstructs the recognition of the inherent beauty in the world. Furthermore, this perpetual focus on negativity can lead one down an abyss of despair, devoid of hope or self-motivation. Some are adept at fixating solely on life's darker facets, presenting an arduous challenge in attempting to assist them. Their persistent negativity manifests as an endless array of problems, rendering each proposed solution insufficient. Engaging with these individuals can be likened to watching news stories inundated with unfortunate events. The constant barrage of challenges can leave one questioning whether genuine help is sought, or if complaint and attention-seeking are the true objectives. It becomes apparent that the allure of complexity in their problems supersedes the desire for resolution. In conversation, they persistently report on difficulties, whether financial woes, conflicts with offspring, relationship discord, or dissatisfaction in the professional realm. The question arises, can meaningful change be effected in the life of one who ceaselessly laments every facet of their existence? It might be wiser, perhaps, not to endeavor down this path, especially if preserving a positive attitude and conserving personal energy is the goal. Allowing these individuals the space to find their own way becomes a viable alternative, trusting that, with time, They may learn to transcend their negativity and seek solutions independently. In a Buddhist light, the teachings of Buddha illuminate this perspective. Life's dual nature, comprising both joy and suffering, is acknowledged. However, the incessant focus on suffering alone is recognized as a hindrance to enlightenment. Buddha's wisdom encourages redirecting energy towards those receptive to guidance and sincerely seeking improvement. By fostering this compassionate detachment, one guards against succumbing to the pervasive pessimism that engulfs those fixated on life's shadows. 6. Individuals who seldom assume responsibility for their errors. Individuals who seldom accept responsibility for their errors often deflect accountability onto others, evading self-reflection. This contradicts the principle that our focus should be on how we respond to situations, rather than simply attributing blame to circumstances. Neglecting the management of our own reactions can lead to overwhelming and perplexing emotions. Supporting someone who habitually shifts blame to others and refuses to acknowledge their own mistakes can be challenging. If this person remains oblivious to their faults, they may resist seeking improvement, viewing themselves as flawless and in need of nothing more. Some individuals consistently point fingers at others, either due to an inability to recognize their own errors or a conscious decision to ignore them. They may attribute the lack of friends, health issues, or missed job opportunities to external factors, rather than considering their own responsibility. The most helpful approach we can offer is allowing life experiences to be their teacher. Over time, they may gradually come to realize the genuine source of their problems. In adopting a Buddhist perspective, it is essential to emphasize the impermanence of external circumstances and the interconnected nature of all beings. This awareness can encourage self-reflection and the understanding that true contentment arises from within, irrespective of external conditions. Instead of clinging to a belief in perfection, acknowledging the imperfections and transient nature of life becomes a path to inner peace and personal growth. In the Buddhist view, recognizing and addressing one's own shortcomings is an integral part of the journey towards enlightenment. 7. People who anticipate the world to be in their favor. In the realm of existence, there are those who harbor expectations that the world ought to bend to their every whim and desire, perceiving themselves as extraordinary by mere virtue of their existence. However, the teachings of Buddha guide us towards a different path, urging us to coexist harmoniously with the world and others. Central to these teachings is the notion that respect and rewards must be earned through sincere efforts. Well-intentioned individuals may strive to assist those who expect the world to favor them, encouraging a shift towards a more realistic perspective. Regrettably, such efforts are frequently met with resistance, as kindness may be perceived as a threat. Some individuals, convinced of their allure, believe that others should willingly extend favors to them, fostering an environment where assistance is often exploited. A challenging aspect arises when attempting to aid such individuals, as they may feel entitled to special attention even in the face of unmet desires. Even when assistance is provided, there might be a sense of resentment and manipulation. Recognition of the need for change often eludes them until they personally undergo the same experiences they have imposed upon others. From a Buddhist standpoint, cultivating an awareness of interconnectedness and the impermanence of desires is crucial. The teachings encourage individuals to transcend the ego-driven notion of entitlement, recognizing the value of humility, compassion, and the understanding that genuine change arises from within, through mindful reflection on one's actions and their impact on the collective journey of existence. 8. Individuals resistant to learning and change. Individuals resistant to learning and change pose a considerable challenge. Buddhism encourages us to delve into our inner selves and continually strive for personal growth. Nevertheless, some individuals resist acknowledging their faults, preferring to remain unchanged and often blaming external factors for their problems. For instance, Christian refuses to admit mistakes, consistently finding someone else to blame. Gabby dismisses feedback at work, firmly believing in her infallibility. Gabriel encounters repeated issues in relationships but attributes the blame to not finding the right person rather than reflecting on his own behavior. Victoria faces financial difficulties but, instead of budgeting or saving, blames her job for inadequate pay. Assisting such individuals can be challenging as they are unreceptive to advice or constructive criticism. Sometimes it might be more prudent to allow them to navigate their challenges independently without constant guidance. Buddhism emphasizes aligning our lives with the natural order, fostering meaningful relationships, and taking responsibility for our actions. 9. Individuals who regularly sow discord and division in relationships and communities. Individuals who habitually engage in divisive behavior and sow discord in relationships and communities are considered to be obstructing the path to harmony and compassionate living. Buddhism emphasizes the interconnectedness of all beings and promotes the cultivation of virtues such as loving kindness and compassion. To navigate this aspect of life in accordance with Buddhist principles, one may choose to distance oneself from individuals who consistently engage in divisive actions. This decision is rooted in the recognition that maintaining a peaceful and positive environment is conducive to personal well-being and spiritual growth. In Buddhism, the practice of detachment is encouraged, not in the sense of indifference, but as a means of maintaining inner peace and avoiding unnecessary suffering. Detaching from individuals who perpetuate discord can be seen as a compassionate act for both parties, as it prevents the escalation of conflicts and preserves the energy needed for constructive and positive endeavors. In the process of removing such individuals from your life, it is essential to approach it with mindfulness and compassion. Reflect on the impermanence of relationships and acknowledge that letting go can be a step toward personal liberation. Engage in self-reflection to ensure that your actions are motivated by a genuine desire for peace and not fueled by aversion or ill will. Remember that Buddhism encourages the cultivation of positive qualities, and by distancing yourself from divisive influences, you create space for personal growth, understanding, and the nurturing of wholesome relationships. This practice aligns with the broader Buddhist goal of reducing suffering and promoting well-being for oneself and others. In conclusion, as we navigate the path of setting boundaries and gracefully saying no, inspired by the profound teachings of Buddhism, it is essential to recognize and respectfully decline engagement with individuals who exhibit characteristics hindering their own growth and contributing to discord. By embracing the principles of compassion, mindfulness, and non-attachment, we can navigate these encounters with wisdom and discernment. Our journey towards self-respect and authenticity is not only about setting boundaries, but also about cultivating a positive and mindful approach to interpersonal relationships. May our commitment to these principles lead us to a harmonious and fulfilling existence. If you gleaned new insights from this video, kindly express your appreciation. Your engagement is appreciated, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Please show your support by liking and sharing this content. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery.